Good morning, everyone. We are thanking Sora for allowing us to be here again at Minha's Coffee House, and welcome to Artful Discussions number 6. These are wonderful opportunities for the law fine art to mix with community and build a sense of community through the arts and through poetry and music and nice conversation with great people. Today we're very fortunate to have Phil from the Anton Art Center, and I've written a poem to introduce him, and then he's going to introduce himself and talk about the Anton Art Center. Promoting local arts, Phil has led our community with integrity and a great personality. He is a true lover of aesthetic endeavors. I introduced you, Phil.
Oh, thank you, Deborah.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I don't think it's afternoon yet. I wanted to thank you, Deborah, for inviting me to participate today. I do appreciate it, and I appreciate the opportunity to share a little bit about the Anton Art Center with each of you. I'm really happy to see some familiar faces here, as well as some new faces to me and probably the Anton Art Center. And so I'm going to focus mostly on some of our current and existing opportunities and exhibits. But before I begin with that list, I want to share with you that this year is actually the Anton Art Center's 50th anniversary here in Mount Clemens. It was founded in 1969 by a community group of artists, the Mount Clemens Art Association, actually some of you may be familiar with. And it has been promoting the arts through exhibits and exhibit opportunities for artists and educational programs ever since. Notably also, we occupy the historic Carnegie Library facility here in downtown Mount Clemens. That building itself is celebrating its 115th birthday this year. We are very proud to have been offered to use of that space for the last 50 years by the city of Mount Clemens. We are very happy to be able to call Mount Clemens our home. So just to give you a brief overview of the upcoming and current exhibits, I've provided a number of promotional materials on this table right here. Please help yourselves to all of those things today. We have currently on display our Macomb County annual secondary student show. This show opened up just a couple of weeks ago, and it will be on display through April the 11th. This show focuses on artwork by students in grades 7 through 12 from across Macomb County, whether those students are in a traditional public school or a private school, parochial school, homeschooled, whatever. If they're a student in that age range, they're able to submit work to this exhibit. This show this year actually had over 1,000 artworks entered from Macomb County students, and we were able to select about 350 of them for inclusion in this exhibit. It's a fantastic display of the talent in our youth that's here in Macomb County. I'd highly recommend that you come and take a visit for this show through April 11th. We're open until 5 o'clock today if you want to stop in after today's Artful discussion is completed. An upcoming exhibit is our postcarded exhibit. And this one's really exciting. We had done a couple of shows like this in years past, but we're reprising it in honor of our 50th anniversary. Basically, make us a postcard and send it in the mail, and we'll put it on the wall, is how that works. I brought some copies of the call for entry. I'm not sure off the top of my head what the entry deadline is, but it's on the paperwork. There's no entry fee aside from the postage that you pay. And the idea is that we'll display all of the postcards. We'll have a juror select one as sort of the top prize winning card, if you will, and we're going to produce that postcard as a series of greeting cards. So I'm excited for that opportunity too. There's no other eligibility requirements. Anybody can create a postcard and send it in. We've already been receiving postcards from places as far away as Portugal, so this is going to be a pretty cool exhibit. We also have coming up our Members Exhibition 2019, celebrating our 50th anniversary. This exhibit is open to members of the Anton Art Center, and membership information is available both at our location and on our website. But this is another really good opportunity for members of the Art Center to be able to showcase their work in our gallery setting. That show is going to be up from May 4th to June the 8th, so I expect the entry deadline for that one will be sometime in April. Finally, for members of the community groups that we work with on a regular basis, the Mount Clemens Art Association, Warren Tri-County Fine Arts, the Lakeside Palette Club of St. Clair Shores, and the Romeo Guild of Art, we're going to be hosting a rainbow show in June. excuse me, this exhibit is one of a series of 3 exhibits that we produce with this coalition of community groups each year in our Pettigrew Community Gallery. More information about all of these exhibits and the entry procedures are available on our website. Oh yeah, call for the postcard show. I want to share also a brand new program this year, our Sad Art Days program. Now, I give you a lot of credit if you can learn how to say that quickly and easily within a few days' time. It took me about a month and a half to be able to let that roll off my tongue. Our Sad Art Days program is brand new and presented by First State Bank. This is a new second Saturdays program that focuses on participatory opportunities that are maybe a little more unusual. Their programs are all free. We've already had a body marbling activation with a group known as BL Visuals in January. The Michigan Opera Theater came for a performance in February, and then the Detroit Children's Choir came for a performance just last month. In April, we're going to have the Macomb Hands-On Children's Museum come out with some science-based art activities, and then in May, Pewabic Street Team will be here doing raku firings out in our parking lot. That one will be a lot of fire and a lot of fun, so make sure you mark your calendars. And then finally, in our Sad Art Day second quarter schedule is Super Sad Art Day on June the 8th. That particular program is actually going to be new and taking the place of our former Art Macomb Art Fair, which will not be continued this year, unfortunately. The Super Sad Art Day program is going to be a day-long activity fest, you could say. There's a lot of free art activities and performances and some tours of public artwork downtown and of our historic facility. I think that's going to be a great opportunity to come and check out the Art Center and create some things that day. That's going to have activities for all ages, and then again, all of these programs are free. Finally, another really exciting opportunity is the Art Space Feasibility Study. Some of you may have heard of or be familiar with the Art Space development in the old Dearborn City Hall. Art Space is a national nonprofit organization and the leading developer of artist live workspaces across the country. Essentially, what we've asked them to do is come in and complete a feasibility study to determine whether Mount Clemens could really support a new artist live work development. Art Space has done a very good job of taking historic facilities and then building them out to fit the needs of the artists of the community and finding ways to subsidize rents so that the artists can live there affordably. It's very important. We're hopeful that Art Space will find Mount Clemens to be a suitable home for a new development of that, and I'd be really excited about the artist community that could help spring up from that particular development. We're going to have a public meeting on April the 3rd in the evening to gather feedback for this particular project. We're going to have a series of focus groups related to this feasibility study as well, including a working lunch with minority community leaders and artists, creatives, and arts organizations focus group, finance and funding group, and then a civic leaders group. If you or anybody you know is interested in participating in the public meeting or the focus groups, please feel free to drop me a line and I'm happy to give you some additional information about it. That feasibility study will be taking place on April 3rd and 4th right here in Mount Clemens. So now that I've essentially just shared everything that's going on, do you have any questions about the Anton Art Center? Yes?
Do you have a location for the art space chosen? Or
No. What we had to do is propose a handful of different sites throughout the city for consideration. Some of those are likely to be more possible than others, depending on a lot of factors, but we had discussed potentially the old St. Joe Hospital on North Avenue, that historic portion that fronts right on North Avenue, which has been unused for decades at this point. The old Macomb Daily building had come up as a suggestion, and a couple of other commercial properties here in the downtown. So we're going to take a closer look at all of those suggested properties and see which of them might be the most likely candidates.
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
Well, let's hear it for Phil Gilchrist and all this great information. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Okay. I can't wait. Now, these postcards, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you make your own postcard, or do you send in something that maybe you purchased at a museum or something?
You should make your own postcard.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I would highly recommend creating something new.
I can't wait. Okay.
Good.
I don't know if I can beat some of this stuff here behind me, but we've got lots of, at the Loft right now, we've got all kinds of art to inspire me.
Good.
So, and I love traveling and sending, I still send postcards.
Good.
So, all right, well, thank you, Phil, and
My pleasure.
we can't wait to participate in some of these local Anton